Hi, everyone. Welcome to Physician in the Kitchen. I'm your host, Dr. Monique, a plant-based board-certified physician known as a physician in the kitchen. My mission is to fix America's health one plate at a time, so I help people discover, cook, and eat delicious plant-based foods. So today we are making moxtails. That's right, a plant-based version of oxtails. So the main ingredient in this dish is jackfruit. Now, jackfruit is a common ingredient found in vegetarian or vegan dishes because of its meaty-like texture that can be used in a variety of ways. So the jackfruit in this recipe though is canned. Make sure you know the difference between canned and fresh. We don't want to do all the peeling and all that with the fresh jackfruit, so we're using the canned. But before we get into all the delicious details, be sure to do all the things. Click like, hit share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on any of our plant-powered content. So at the time of this filming, it is chilly outside. We've had actually snow in the Charlotte area. And when the temperature drops, we tend to want to eat comforting, hearty foods. Well, just because we're plant-based doesn't mean we still can't enjoy traditional dishes like oxtails. Traditional oxtails, when I make them, are one of my dad's favorite recipes. I use my pressure cooker, let them cook long and slow, and they are falling off the bone tender when I serve them. Hashtag tenderism. Well, we're going to recreate that same experience, but with jackfruit. So, enough talking. Let's get to cooking. All right, so our ingredients are, of course, the jackfruit that I've already rinsed. We've got some of my vegan Worcestershire sauce, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, bay leaves, garlic, a bunch of seasonings, onions, and some vegetable stock. Now, this is kind of a two-part dish. So first we're going to prepare our jackfruit so that they can then go into our pressure cooker and then develop that meaty, delicious taste that oxtails are known for. So we've got a pot of boiling water, and I'm going to just go ahead and add in the jackfruit. And we are going to let this boil for about 20 minutes. Add a bay leaf or two. And we're also going to add that apple cider vinegar. And what the vinegar is doing here is helping with our texture. We want the meatiness of this jackfruit to mimic an oxtail, and the vinegar is going to help with that. It's also going to neutralize a little bit of the brininess from the can. Even though we rinsed it off, we still want to get rid of that briny taste from being in that can. The other thing the vinegar is going to do is help the jackfruit keep its shape and prevent it from becoming mushy. The acid is going to help tighten up those plant fibers and give it that kind of cartilage, tendon chewiness that oxtails are known for. And the vinegar also helps it to absorb all of the flavors we're going to be adding to it. So let's go ahead and let this boil for about 20 minutes, and then we'll come back and prep it to be marinated. Let's also add a healthy pinch of salt. It's been about 20-25 minutes. We're going to go ahead and drain these, let them cool, and then get them ready to be marinated. Just take a quick look at that texture. Look at that. Looks nice and meaty. Make sure you give yourself plenty of time because next we're going to marinate them. And this can take at least 2 to 4 hours, even overnight if you like. So all I'm going to do is go ahead and add in my ingredients, seal them up, and refrigerate them for at least 2 hours. All right, so let's go ahead and add in our boiled jackfruit. And when I first started working with jackfruit, I used to cook it kind of just right out of the can. So adding this extra step though is so worth it. And I'm going to add some sliced onions. And again, this is how I make my traditional oxtails for my meat-eating family members. Got some garlic slivers. So this is just a combination of spices. We've got onion powder, garlic powder, cayenne pepper, salt, oregano, chili pepper, cumin, and smoked paprika. All that goes in the bag. And you guessed it, some of my vegan Worcestershire sauce. And let's toss this first, make sure everything is coated, see if we need to add some more. So I like to use these Ziploc bags because cleanup is so easy. When I'm done, I just toss it. And I'm not going to break these up too much. I want some of them to stay intact because they kind of look like little oxtails. So I really just want to make sure though that everything is coming in contact with the seasonings and my sauce. And we're good to go. All right, so that is ready to go into the fridge for 2 hours. All right, it's been 3 hours and our mocktails have been marinating. They look and smell amazing. So next we're going to sear them just to caramelize them a little bit and get a little bit more of a meaty texture on them. So the cool thing is we are going to sear them in the pressure cooker in the same container that we are eventually going to pressure cook them in. So let's clean up. Okay, so you see here we have the option to saute, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So I'm going to put a little bit of oil, and let's go ahead and press this to turn it on, and we're going to change it to vegetables. Actually, let's do beef because we want it to have like a beefy texture. So let's use the beef setting. And it's just going to be for a few minutes. We're not going to use the whole 20 minutes like it says on there. All right, so now it's going to start warming up. So these multi-pots are really awesome because they really live up to their name. Multi-pot, multiple functions, lots of different things can be done in the same container. So I already feel the heat coming off. So now I'm going to just dump everything in here. The onions, the garlic, jackfruit, everything. And here it's starting to sizzle. And we're just going to cook this for just a few minutes to let it sear, let it get a little bit of a crust on it, just like you would do your meat. And I'll be honest with you, I did not do this step with my traditional oxtails. I just kind of put them in the pot with the broth, or the stock rather. But I like doing this extra step because it's going to help my moxtails have a meatier texture. And also, too, you want to look at the sizes of your pieces if you want to pull them apart. I think these are actually pretty good because these look like the tender pieces as they fall off the bone. So I'm not going to break these down. I think these are perfect the way they are. But if you wanted if yours were really big and chunky, you could, chop them down to size or pull them apart. But I think these are fine. This smells amazing. Oh my God. It smells like meat. That's that Worcestershire sauce. That's our spices. It's really giving it the feel of oxtails and smell and hopefully the taste. All right. Give this a stir. This aroma is just cutting up. Oh my goodness. It's coming on strong. Love it. All right. Let's give it another stir. You see it starting to stick to the bottom a little bit. We're going to loosen that up with our vegetable broth when we deglaze with that. So all of that is what we call fond or flavor. It's going to be added back into the gravy, the juice that's going to come from this. Okay, so now they've been cooking for a few minutes. I'm going to add in a little bit of the Worcestershire sauce. Give that a stir. All right, you can see how meaty our jackfruit is looking. We'll let this go for a few more minutes. All right, let's go ahead and add in some vegetable stock. And I want to do a little bit of water. And the goal here is just to submerge everything. You don't want to dilute it too much. So that looks really good. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and put the top on here. Cancel the saute function and set it to, let's see, it's fussing at me because I still got it in saute mode. So let's cancel. Oops. There we go. And now we want to choose pressure. And I'm going to choose the vegetable option because that's going to do it on medium. I have to really press this thing really hard. And then let's press it one more time. All right. So this is going to come to pressure. And then in 30 minutes, our moxtails will be done. And we want to be sure to aim this so that the steam is not hitting the cabinet. So we're going to move it so that it has a way to vent away from the cabinet. All right, we'll check back in about half an hour. All right, so now our moxtails are done. Go ahead and release that pressure. Aiming it away from my cabinets. All right, and look inside. What do we see? Oh my goodness. All this needs is some rice. Look at that. That's our moxtail. And look, this one looks like it's got, like it just fell right off the bone. Look at that. And we've got plenty of juice to make gravy. You can also make your gravy right in here if you wanted to. You know, before you remove the moxtails, leave some of the liquid, add in some flour. You can do that. I like mine like this. I like my sauce like this, so I don't thicken it. But you could add a tomato paste, however you like to do it. But we're gonna go ahead and plate this up and give it a taste. The aroma coming out of this pot is just insane. Absolutely ridiculous how meaty and beefy this smells. All right, you guys know what time it is. All right, guys, time for my favorite part of every episode, the tasting. I've already told you how amazing it smells. Look at that. Let's give it a taste. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. It's tender. It's stringy, like a good oxtail should be. Got a little kick to it from my seasonings. All this needs is some rice and a nap after you eat it. It's so hot. I'm so greedy though. My goodness. This is why I enjoy plant-based cooking so much. I get to still enjoy either family recipes or favorite dishes from the past, but know that I'm doing so in a plant-based manner. So for those of you who may ask, well, why do you, if you don't eat meat, why do you want to make something that tastes like meat? Because of the memories associated with it, because of the taste, the smells. Just because I don't eat meat doesn't mean I want to give those things up or the importance that they have in my family. Knowing that I've made a version of this dish that's one of my dad's favorite dishes is valuable beyond words. So be sure to tag me. If you try this, be sure to tag me at Physician in the Kitchen and do all the things. Click like, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on any of our Plant Power content. Until next time, I'm Dr. Monique, telling you to keep it real. Plant-based, that is. Eat well.